Hi, I'm Gary White for Channel 6 Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Luke Fries, and we're at the Nelson County Extension Office. Luke is the Family and Consumer Science Agent here in Nelson County. And today we're going to continue our recipes that we're going through the 2019 Food and Nutrition Calendar that's put out by the UK Extension Office, right?
Yes, and it is actually put out through the NEP program, Nutrition Education Program, which is a federally funded program through the university. And our office helps distribute those materials. So
absolutely.
And we help try to cook through the calendar and show you some
right.
tips and tricks, at least from what we've discovered.
So today, it's May.
It's May,
so we're up
which
to
is
May.
crazy. And Derby's already passed, and
summer's on its way.
It's nuts. Okay.
That's good.
Time goes by so quickly. All right.
So today, we're going to make something that sounds really good. Chicken and ranch mushrooms.
Yes. I think I told you this will be the first time that I'm actually trying this with you today. So we'll kind of go through it with you and see what we run into, and we'll taste it and see, if we would change anything or not. And but it does look very, very good. Mm-hmm. I did want to go through. Sometimes we don't go through all the items on the recipe, so I was just going to kind of list some of the items. I've already got the chicken cooking in here just because the chicken takes a little longer to get up to temperature.
Okay.
So those are just those chicken tenders. You can find chicken tenders pre-cut at the grocery store, or you can buy whole chicken breasts and cut those into pieces. But we are going to use a pound of chicken breast. We're going to use a non-stick cooking spray, which I already sprayed in the bottom of that pan.
Okay.
It calls for 8 ounces of white mushrooms sliced. Now, if you're at the store and you always see like a sliced mushroom and then there's whole mushrooms, the only thing that's different is that the sliced ones are value added. They've already pre-sliced them for you, so you don't have to do the legwork. But if cooking is something you enjoy and you want to take the time to slice your own mushrooms and save some money, you can do that too. So you don't have to get the sliced version in the store. You can slice them yourself. Might be an obvious thing to some. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of dry ranch dressing mix, which we have there. And there are several different varieties and brands of that. If you have a specific one that you like, by all means use that one.
But make sure it's the dry version.
Dry version of ranch dressing. You might be able to substitute if you just had ranch dressing, you probably substitute that, but we'll see how this tastes. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of unsalted butter, which we have there.
Have our butter.
We're going to use 1.5 cups of fresh spinach. We have baby spinach. There, so that looks nice. And remember, mushrooms and spinach, they'll cook down. So it looks like a lot now.
Right.
Once we put it in this pan, it's going to kind of cook down and be a little smaller. So hopefully it fits in the pan. We're going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, which we have there.
Oh, we want the powder, not the salt, right?
Not the salt. And it asks for unsalted butter too. Again, these are supposed to be more nutritionally balanced, so less salt in everything. Unsalted butter, garlic powder, not salt. Most of our salt's going to come, I would assume, from that ranch dressing packet. So we'll see how salty it is. Again, we always have people in here that try this after we're done, and they say, needs more salt. So if you like more salt, put more salt in it. Otherwise, try it without the salt first.
Right.
And then we're going to do 2 cups of cooked barley or brown rice. We talked before the show about, I've never cooked barley before. I assume it cooks the same way as rice. That's a weird thing. It's in soups, though. A lot of soups have barley. But we have brown rice today because we had that at the office, and that was an easy thing for me to cook. Hopefully that's something you have at your house, too.
It looks like barley's in the picture.
Yes, they do have barley there in the picture. So if you rather would have barley, the big thing is that they're trying to get you to have a whole grain there. So again, make half your grains whole. That's our goal. So again, we've got the chicken cooking in here, and I've turned it once. We may turn it again since you've got your fancy apron on from Kentucky Snap. Maybe you can use those tongs there and just flip those chicken tenders over. And you can
flip them around.
You can do whatever you need to do there. So it says to add the chicken, cover and cook for 5 minutes. These have been on for probably 2 or 3 minutes, maybe getting close.
And chicken, you want to make sure it reaches a certain temperature, right?
Right. And look, we can reference our aprons here. It says chicken and turkey, 165 degrees is our internal temperature that we're
There it
looking
is.
for.
Okay.
And you can do that using a meat thermometer, and we have those here at the office too. So you can get an apron, you can get a meat thermometer, make sure you're cooking your chicken to temperature, that way nobody gets sick.
That's
you don't
right.
want to feed any salmonella to all your guests if you're cooking this for somebody.
Not at all.
Somebody
And
else.
So at the extension office, you can get one of the aprons.
Yes, we
right?
have these aprons.
And they flip up, so you can tell all the information when you're actually
You
very
don't have to
convenient.
turn your head upside down or anything.
Yeah, that's
you can
cool.
just flip that up to you. So it has liquid conversion tables. It's got abbreviations. If you're reading a recipe and you don't know what an abbreviation might be. It's got some food safety tips, and then again those cooking temperatures. So pretty cool little thing.
Yeah, so you can come and get that, and your calendars. You still have some of the
Still
calendars
have
left.
calendars, and we still have a few months left. So if you're not even needing it for a calendar, you can use it for the recipes. The recipes
Absolutely.
are really good.
Absolutely.
All right,
We're only on May.
Yes, we're only on May. We got several more. The next month is my favorite, but we won't tell them what it is. It'll be a surprise. We're gonna go ahead and add those mushrooms in.
Okay.
Again, this is 8 ounces. They usually come in those small cartons, are 8 ounces of mushrooms. And again, looks like a lot. Our pan's kind of filling up, but we are going to have those cooked down. Yes, you can use the same.
Okay. Do you like mushrooms?
I do. I used to not like mushrooms because of the texture. There's something about the texture of mushrooms I didn't like, but I'm a mushroom fan now. We're going to cover that too.
And you said they're white mushrooms?
Yes, those are white mushrooms.
Okay.
You can get, there's shiitake mushrooms.
And there's some local mushroom growers. I know shiitake mushroom growers in Springfield that we see all around, but also throughout Marion, Washington, and Nelson counties, there are different mushroom growers, so you can buy some of this stuff local.
Yeah, and if you're interested in learning how to grow your own mushrooms, we have a horticulture agent here who knows how to do that. I'd be glad to give you some tips or publications or whatever you might need to do your own things at home.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty cool process if you've never seen, with the spores and all that good stuff. So we do all kinds of things at the Extension Office.
That's right.
Due to agriculture and food. So
You can also get chicken locally.
Yes,
We do have
you
some
can
chicken farmers as well.
And the farmers market just opened this month. So this is a shameless plug for the farmers market. The Bardstown Farmers Market there downtown opened this past weekend, which was Derby weekend, and will be open for the remainder of the summer. So go get some local fresh produce. And I know some of them, I don't know if any of them sell meat, but I know they have canned products and eggs, farm fresh eggs. So if you're looking for a place to buy local, that'd be a good spot for you.
Yes.
All
Very
right.
good.
So
Okay.
we're getting there. We added the mushrooms. The next thing we need to do is sprinkle the ranch seasoning over the chicken and mushrooms, and we're going to saute that. So we'll go ahead and add that in there.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Like
then
making art.
Yeah. And then it says also to add the butter at this point. So the butter is going to kind of melt with all the
Make sure I get all that ranch out there, because I love ranch.
all our salt, right? Gotta make
All that
sure
seasoning.
Man, it smells really good.
It does. Add the butter, did you say?
Yes, go ahead and add the butter.
Okay.
And we're just going to kind of let that saute for a bit.
Okay. Now, that for the ranch dressing, as I'm following our recipe here, how much ranch dressing was it?
So
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons. Yep.
Right, of the dry ranch dressing that we added there.
2 teaspoons of the dry ranch dressing. Now that might seem like a
tablespoon
little
of unsalted butter.
much, and it is going to be very, I would assume, very flavorful inside the pan. In just a second, we're going to put that over some brown rice, and I think that will diminish some of that salt flavor. But it'll be nice on the rice.
Absolutely.
Sometimes rice doesn't have much of a flavor, so that will add to that. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, and we're gonna put this all in one pan. All right, because this says to go ahead and remove all this from the pan, but we're gonna do it all in one pan meal. So we're gonna put the spinach on top here in just a second. We're gonna stir this up. We'll put the spinach on top, and it says to wait till the spinach wilts. Now you don't want it to be. You can kind of see the picture here. It's still kind of green, and you don't want to cook it so long that it's, a brown color.
Yeah.
You want it to kind of still have some of that color to it, and that also helps with the nutritional value. If you cook things too long, sometimes we lose some of those vitamins and minerals. So
Cook away the stuff.
So this would be a good thing. Spinach gives us vitamin A, vitamin E. It's good for our hair, skin, nails, that kind of thing, and also has a good.
Does it make hair grow?
Yeah, I don't know, Gary.
I'll eat all the spinach I can get.
Keep shoveling it in, right? All right. So if you don't mind just using those tongs and stirring this around just a little bit.
Yep. And we did get our mushrooms have cooked down a little bit.
We're going to use this thing. It's got a little bit of, I'm going to help you out here. Tag team that.
That's
all
cool.
right.
That's good.
Excellent.
Looking good.
So then we're going to go ahead and we're getting there.
Absolutely.
We're going to go ahead and add that garlic powder in there.
Okay.
Just all around. Perfect.
Okay.
And I'm going to kind of
mix that
add
around.
that.
Okay.
So we've added the garlic powder. We're going to go ahead and add all this spinach in here, and it calls for 1.5 cups. Again, it looks like a lot. It's going to overflow our pan a little bit, but it will cook down once it starts kind of wilting a little bit. Missed one there. So I'm just going to put it right on top, and then I'm just going to kind of steam it. So I'm going to put this, once I get it kind of in here in the pan, I'll put that lid right on top, and as it steams, it'll wilt. And again, you don't want to get it to a point where it's overcooked and you're losing the nutritional value, but you still want some of that color, but you don't want it to overpower your dish or overpower the plate.
All right, so we've added the spinach in there.
Yes,
and it's cooking down. It's looking good.
Cooking down a lot. I mean, as you can see, it was overflowing in the pan, and now you can almost barely see the mushrooms and the spinach. So they lose a lot of water in there, and they cook very quickly. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat off because these electric ranges, again, takes a while to take down the heat. And I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and plate this up. See what it looks like.
Sounds good.
Does that sound all right? I'm going to take this off the heat.
Okay.
And I'm going to come over here. Now this calls for 2 cups of brown rice.
All over here a little bit.
Sorry.
There you go.
Should we?
That's good right there.
All right.
Yep. Perfect.
So I'm just going to, how many servings does it say it makes, Gary?
It makes 4 servings.
4 servings. So I'm saying that's 1/2 cup of rice per serving.
Okay.
Right? Because there's 2 cups of rice in each serving. So we'll put about 1/2 cup of rice. So we can maybe get a close-up of that. So you can see we cooked the spinach. It's still got that green color, so that's good. Our chicken's nice and sauteed. Our mushrooms are going to have that good ranch flavor. And I'm just going to put 1 tender on each thing. How does that work?
Sounds good.
I don't want to overload. We're still early in the day. All right. And again, all these meals have a way that you can make it a meal, as it says in the calendar. So it suggests a glass, 8 ounces of skim milk, and grapes. You can do the red or the green variety, but that gives you your all 5 food groups there. You've got grain, you've got protein, you've got vegetables, fruits, and dairy. So we're all covered, and I think we're ready to try this out.
All right, so now we're ready to eat.
We are. I've already cut a bite of chicken. I didn't let you catch up, but I'll let you catch up before I take a bite.
Yeah, I can see grapes. The grapes look really good.
Yeah.
Have our chicken and stuff on there. Here, I'll cut it up.
There you go. Just cut yourself a bite. I didn't want to jump the gun. That'd be impolite to eat without you.
Here we go.
All right.
Get some of it. It's good.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's very good.
I don't even think I need to add any salt.
Mm. No, and the mushrooms are really tasty too.
Right.
With the spinach.
Those mushrooms,
the
I feel like, soak up all that, all that flavor.
The ranch dressing and everything.
Mm-hmm. I'll try a little grape too. So
you could get grapes. Can you grow grapes locally?
There are a lot of people that grow grapes because they're making wine. Yeah. Now I don't know if there are local grape growers that sell, just wholesale, but that'd be a good question.
Mm-hmm.
The weather's supposed to be okay for it, but I guess it's hit or miss year by year, right?
It depends on kind of grape you're growing as well.
Right.
This is really, really good. I enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm probably going to make this again. This is very good. I'll make that at home myself. So again, this is a fourth of a recipe is a serving size. The cost per recipe for this particular recipe is $6.78, and then the cost per serving is $1.70. So a lot better than you can get at these fast food restaurants.
That's right.
Even off the dollar menu.
And it's healthy because
healthy.
you have your mushrooms, spinach, so you're getting some vegetables. You're getting the chicken, which is a healthy protein, and the rice, which is good for you. Get your grapes, your milk. You got it all going on.
We got it all. We got it all. We got it all. So again, it's May. It's about time for people to get their gardens
Absolutely.
up and rolling as well. So Extension Office, one of the things we do here is we can test your soil. So if you're having trouble growing something, we can test and see what kind of fertilizer you got to put on it before you start growing things. Another option that it gives you in the calendar is to do a container garden. So if you don't have a big yard and you want to just grow herbs or a couple of different vegetables to have throughout the summer, get in contact with us. We'll give you information and maybe even some supplies on how to go ahead and get that container garden rolling for the summertime as well. So
That's great.
lots of good things.
So lots of resources here at the Nelson County Extension Office. Again, I've been talking with Luke, who is the Family and Consumer Science Agent here at Nelson County Extension Office. Get your calendar, get your
Apron.
thank you, this thing, and make some good meals. This has been Gary White for Channel 6, Central Kentucky Television. Thank you.
Thank you.